White Walker-perpetuated offenses are considered especially heinous. In Westeros, 4 dedicated friends investigate and discuss these vicious episodes as members of an elite squad known as A Podcast Has No Name.
I'm Afro.
I'm Ambush.
I'm Castro.
I'm Morgan, and we are A Podcast Has No Name.
Woohoo!
Oh, okay.
Well, something had to happen.
Yeah, I approve.
I mean,
She said I approve. Fine.
it is nice.
Cross podcasting, but fine.
Hey, man, something had to happen. I'm not that quick on my feet today.
Podcast has no
Apologies.
name. Don't be playing no games. Hey, I'm Castro.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Now
there's our intro music.
There it is.
There it is. So we are on Season 1, Episode 6, The Golden Crown.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to jump right in.
So, the episode opens with Ned fucking groggy and out of it. And he awakes to Cersei and Robert standing over him, which has got to be a nightmare, honestly. Like, you're already confused, and you're like, where the fuck am I? What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, personally, when I wake up, I'm, like, trying to immediately recall the last thing that happened so I know what mood I'm in. Like, am I mad? Like, did some shit go down last night? Or, like,
Not am I mad?
Am I mad?
Happening in my life. Yeah, right.
Is my life okay?
Actually, things are cool. So I can imagine being fucking Ned and trying to, like, wake up, like, how'd I get in bed? Wait, I was at the brothel. Fucking Jamie, I am mad. And then you realize that you're, like, fucking being stared at by Cersei and Robert, and you're like, oh, fuck, here we go. So the two of them start arguing, and by the two of them, well, actually the three of them end up arguing, but really it's, first it's just Ned and Cersei. And Cersei's, just, like, throwing, like, first of all, she's kind of, like, lying. She's just going back and forth a little bit, and then she's like, you were drunk coming out of a brothel and you attacked my brother. And I was like, bitch,
Yes.
please. No. That's a fucking lie.
When?
Right.
When did it happen?
And she also, like, called him Lord Stark during that, which was like, Lord Stark was in a brothel drunk. And it's like, no, he's right in front of you. You can
It
address
didn't
him
happen.
like he's right there. Mm-hmm.
Right.
And so when Robert, like, tries to tell her to chill for a second, she, like, comes at his neck all the way, like, you know, I should be wearing the armor and you should be wearing a gown. He fucking smacks the shit out of her. And I'm not into domestic violence at all, not even one little bit. But, man, that just felt good.
Sorry.
And then Cersei's clever ass is like, you know, I'll wear it like a badge of honor. And he's like, well, wear it silently or I'll do it again.
Yo, he was like, GTFO, fam. Get the fuck out.
He said, tread carefully or I'll honor you again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll honor you again. Wear it silently or I'll honor you again.
Like, man.
Yeah, it was just like, I just love well-worded gangster shit, you know?
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
Rob, he wasn't
so
short
yeah, they all
shit.
Oh, go ahead, Am, go ahead.
I would say he hasn't been short of well-worded shit at all, ever.
No.
He keeps them slick. He keeps a slick line.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, it's hilarious. Yeah.
So, yeah, another slick line he says during that is something about, I know he calls the Lannisters yellow-haired shits. Like, you got me out here.
Like, yellow-haired shit.
Yeah, like, as part of him yelling at Ned to, like, get it together. Robert calls them haired shits. And, yeah, he's basically like, yo, come on, you're still the hand. I get what I want. I'm the fucking king. And, you know, you're going to make up with Jaime, and you're going to tell your wife to chill, and you're going to return Tyrion, and I'm fucking going hunting and getting away from all you motherfuckers.
Because I deserve it.
Like, I never loved my brother, but you're my chosen brother, and I'm out. So y'all figure this shit out. Put your badge on, and I swear to God, if you take that badge off again, I'll give it to Jaime Lannister. And that was kind of like a moment for Ned of like, ooh, nah, I don't want that, you know?
Like, that's too much. That's too much, B.
Yeah. It's like he had definitely thought several times about what it would look like if he quit and wasn't the Hand anymore. But he hadn't really thought past that, like, who's going to take this job next? So for him to be like, Jaime would be replacing you, nigga. He was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I don't like that.
Like, there was definitely a quick moment of reflection in his eyes, like, oh, shit, I was moving way too hasty. Just stepping off like that. Like, you know, especially even on, you know, we saw it in the last episode with him on the way out. He's still trying to solve the mystery. He's still trying to solve the Scooby-Doo mystery. So he's not completely detached from his responsibilities at King's Landing, but he's still like, I need to get up out of here. But then, you know, again, like you said, in that conversation, immediately he's like, oh, shit, Jaime. Hell no. You right. Let me chill. Let's pull it all back in. Somebody fashion me a cane. I'm going to need one of those. And, you know, be good to go. So, yeah, that was pretty much the end of that. Rob took a treat yourself day and went to go hunting. And and then we
and next thing you know, Danny's fucking grilling eggs.
Right.
All right, so Khaleesi puts that. Well, she's staring. Is there help me out? Is there a kind of dissolve? Is there like when we go to her with the egg? Is there a dissolve that's significant from that scene to the next? Like, is there any parallel?
I think it's a flat cut. I think it's like a flat cut.
It's a cut.
Yeah.
It's a cut. Okay. And then because I always, you know, with Dany, when we noticed last episode, like she's always kind of staring at the eggs sometimes while she's doing other things. So I was trying to make sure she wasn't doing that just now. Okay. So she's staring at the egg and she's looking at the fire. All right. So what comes to mind to me is so you know they talk about dragon riders. You know we hear about it historically, or I think they would call even maybe dragon seeds. People that just know how to rear dragons, know how to talk to them, know how to control them and stuff. And I'm watching her with the egg, and I'm seeing some like inherent things she's trying. Like what makes her think to put the egg on the fire, you know, and eventually that's how you hatch the egg. Like something is calling her to doing these experiments with fire because she seems like she's kind of doing it in a trance. So I'm thinking that's truly, you know, the Targaryen blood. Like she's, you know, way more than her brother per se. Like her brother, you know, he has an interest in the eggs, but not the way she does.
I completely agree.
Right. So she places the egg upon that fire or whatever. And then again, so she's doing her fire testing or whatever. Egg heats up a bit, and then she grabs it. And of course, as the great notes point out, here comes the old girl coming in there, right? And she's grabbing, doing something she's not supposed to do. And so in her mind, she's protecting her Khaleesi, but she's grabbing an egg that's on fire. Like, she couldn't even hold it. Like, she had to drop it again. And the scale showed us that, you know, Dany was not injured, and she was. And Dany makes note of that. She says, oh, you're injured. But I think that's like a double note, because she's actually saying, but I'm not. You know, about,
she definitely looks at her hands, too. Mm-hmm.
Right, and so it's like I'm saying that you're injured, but I'm also admitting that I'm not. And I think that theme comes around back to the last scene of this episode. I'll just bring it back up again later on. And
so you brought up the heat to the eggs and how, like, if that was internal. I wondered if Jorah said something to her when he gifted her the eggs. Did he say anything about, like...
I think they were just presented as dragon eggs, and I think they mentioned that they were petrified. I think that was it was like the petrified eggs. I think they mentioned the shy, from a shy, but I could be mixing it up with one of the books or whatever. But I don't think there was anything more than just petrified.
Yeah,
petrified dragon eggs. And we come to know that these things have immense value. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, nobody's looking for dragons because it's been years, but these eggs have immense value. You can buy a whole ship with one egg. You know what I mean? So,
right.
I think it was just like a gaudy gift, but way more sentimental to Dany than, let's say, a chest of gold per se, which might be equivalent in value. So
Jorah was sent there. Do we think that Jorah was given a stipend to pick up a gift for her, or did he pick these out himself? Was he bartering?
Did he give her the egg? Was he the one responsible for that?
No, Jorah gave her. Jorah gave her the books.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. It was the dude from a shy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so it was the guy from Pentos, the dude,
Pentos.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, from Pentos. Yes.
Yeah, the dude that's been hiding them out. It's him. Okay.
Yeah. So he's had.
Because these are. He might have been holding them. Yeah. Since he's been housing them for years, he might have been holding them for a while. You know what I mean?
That makes more sense.
Until then, yeah. Because we don't, and that's something that's very curious, y'all. We don't see dragon eggs at all or hear mention of them at all after this or before that. It's not like you bump into dragon eggs or somebody, like when, let's just say when Jorah and Tyrion are traveling later on by themselves past the ruins of Valyria. I'm just saying there's no other place where there's eggs, watch those dragon eggs. So I think that's very interesting.
Right.
There's got to be some somewhere, because where did these come from? You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
right.
But maybe just the petrified nature.
Was watching them the whole time, right? He was looking after them or keeping them in hiding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So maybe they were family eggs.
True. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But don't y'all think we would bump into another egg like we've seen Valerian? See, when I first saw the eggs, I was thinking more of, okay, so we got the Valerian steel. I was taking stock of what are the precious items in this realm. They had Valerian steel, just the different swords that all around.
Not to veer too far into the books, but we've seen that in the history and lore that what's Wet Boy? What's their uncle name? Y'all and them uncle.
Who's
Euron.
What's his name?
Euron?
Euron.
Yes. Euron. Yes, Euron. Remember, in the history of lore, it says that he came across an egg. So these eggs are out there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And in the books they give Euron that whole. Valuable.
Right.
Yeah, he's been traveling. And he's got pieces of how a traveler. So I got this from there. I got this from there. Obviously that horn that he had.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Okay. So it's just super scarce, super valuable. Yep.
But I was under the kind of false presumption that this was also one of the magical items, so we would, bump into dragon eggs, the Valerian steel, yada yada is what I'm saying. So I just
I definitely thought that when they were. Sorry.
No, go, Mom.
I definitely thought that when they were mining for dragon glass in season 7, that they were gonna find dragon eggs. I definitely thought that. I was like, this is the time. They're down there. Right. They're on Dragonstone. They're, in a place that they haven't really been messing with stuff. And so I thought we would have come across that.
Maybe.
But we're also looking at it from y'all, we're looking at it from a fantasy perspective, but we got to look at it from a production perspective. Once a new egg pops up, that could be thousands of dollars if it hatches, if we have to make a new dragon. All of the dragons are, you know what I'm saying? They're doing the calculations.
This is their highest grossing show. They can do it.
Yeah.
Think about it. Every dragon. I'm totally with it, but every dragon is totally different. They didn't make the dragons identical. And I'm not just talking color. If you notice, the dragons are all different.
Right.
So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just, if they were to invite a new egg or eggs, I'm thinking that would be leaning more towards dragons than souvenirs, per se.
All right, let's bring it back.
Okay. All right, so just to finish up again, with her and these burn tests, and I think it's also every time she does one of these, it gives her more strength. Of course, with everything else going on, but fortification against her brother, because that's what I think we're seeing is her, forming herself against her brother. And then we shoot to it's dream time with Bran and the Three-Eyed Raven.
Dream time?
3 times?
Yeah.
And I remember when I first... Yes, sorry. I just remember when I first saw these scenes, I didn't know he was dreaming all the time until I, what scene was saying. So,
right.
There you go.
Or, yeah. So we see the three-eyed raven, which for me became the signal that it was likely a dream. That's how I knew it was a dream. But he's shooting arrows. He's he's doing what he wants. That's what he wants to be able to do. And he follows the raven around. And right when it's going down to the crypt, I think, right? Hodor busts in the door with the saddle. Freaking incredible. It was kind of like, because for me, I forgot about it. It was like such a little side piece only because Rob was like, you're probably just being an asshole. And he's like, no, I genuinely want your brother to be able to ride a horse. And then nothing. And I think they might have mentioned it in passing, like, well, if you ever get that saddle that Lord Tyrion prepared for you, but it didn't seem like someone was out making it. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I was hyped for the saddle.
I was waiting for him to say Hodor. I was like on the tip of my
Me
feet.
too.
Like,
Yeah.
Nope, didn't say it.
Nope. Gave us nothing.
I was really excited to see Bran smiling that way because it was just a really genuine, like, oh, right, you did do that once or twice before.
Yeah, totally. So then he gets to test it.
Then he gets what? Oh, then he gets to test it. Got you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's riding and screaming out in joy, literally. Like, woo! Yeah!
It was so
cute.
Look, the scream to me when he's like excited, I don't know. It's always like that racist white guy scream. Woohoo! Yeah! And then, the overconfidence of I run the world, white privilege is spilling out of all your pores. And, woohoo! Yeah, I can do anything, And it really reminded me of that. Like right when they leave the gym, woohoo! I got my macchiato. Let's go, macchiato.
And they all hit the Ric Flair.
They all got the Gold's Gym tank top, even if they've never been to a Gold's Gym. It's just
the deep side cutout tank.
It took me to an incident. Sorry, the sunglasses with the orange arms. Sunglasses with the orange arms you just get for free. Woo! Yeah. I didn't even pay for these, man. Woo!
It sounds like that dude also has a tan and used to have a mullet.
Definitely has a tan.
Yeah, he's definitely tan. Yeah. All right, let's move on.
He's going on dates asking, am I paying for these drinks? Woo! So.
Next round on me, guys.
Oh, God.
He was really happy and riding around. And so his screams kind of become the background as Rob and Theon start arguing over, like, strategy. Theon swears he knows what's real or what's good. And he's basically trying to tell Rob what he needs to do. Like, yo, your dad and your mom out here wilding. Everybody knows what happened in King's Landing yesterday. And you need to roll up there and do this and do that. And Rob's like chill, bro. Like, you don't know. And I don't even know, what was Theon's actual strategy? Was he...
Like, he was basically saying, like, call the Bannermen. We need to ride up on these Lannisters. We need to head to Castle Rock. Jamie attack your pop. Like, come on, man. Look, these niggas killed your cousin. You ain't gonna do nothing.
You ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna do shit.
Yo, I cannot with you.
Sound like a real bitch right
now.
Like, they killed your cousin right in front of your face. You ain't gonna do shit. Better not be acting like no bitch when we get out to eat.
Right.
and look, what was perfect about that? AWACS the whole time just smoking the joint. Look at my weed, nigga. Like, you know.
Right.
Remember, AWACS was the trouble. He was instigated. He was like, oh, I got another two.
Yeah,
all right. He's like, he got little hashtags under his dash of all these people he's influenced to kill since he stopped.
Yeah, yo, like,
hey,
so I was looking at Rob like, Theon's, like, this is one of the few times Theon's right. Like,
yeah,
you're being a little too lax right now. Like,
yeah.
But Rob has the big amateur. He has the big amateurish. You know, we'll see in the scene, a couple of scenes we're about to hit. There's a little amateurish nature to Rob, and like, you know, that hesitancy. Like, this is your first fight. This is not practicing in the courtyard, like shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's what
and I would
about
think,
Rob.
I mean, in Winterfell, they've been so isolated. They haven't really had to do anything other than, like, you know, behead someone who's lying about White Walkers. You know, it's like real mellow shit. It's not like, let's call all our homies and roll up to, you know.
What is happening right now?
Rob, I feel like,
cordless phone.
What?
There's a metallic echo every time you talk. It must be that particular cordless phone you use.
Should I hang up and call back?
Probably.
Yeah,
because it just kind of started. So yeah, it just started. It just started, so it probably will stop.
Hey, listen, I gotta go.
What is wrong with her?
Yeah, she rushed us off to say, "They listen. I gotta go."
Hey, listen, I gotta go. How underhanded did that sound? That was Littlefinger all day. And then we're gonna get to his slimy ass too. Isn't he so slimy? Isn't he slimy this episode? Like the way he's like slinks his shoulders over when he whispers to Ned when they're in the throne room.
Literally, like the human embodiment of slime.
Like a snake slithering around. He's like, you know. He's like,
that was hilarious. That was hilarious.
She in here.
Hey, listen, I gotta go.
And it makes a sound. Like Pee-wee's Playhouse.
So, yeah, basically, yeah, I was saying that, first of all, they haven't really had to ride on people, I don't think, other than somebody's larger rebellion that they've, like, been like, okay, we are, you know, the Starks, or we are Winterfell, and we are with you on your rebellion. But they haven't had to, like, do their own shit. Also, Robb Stark is the oldest of the children, but he still have just been, like, next to his dad all the time. It's not like he's had to make a decision for himself, you know.
True.
Whereas, like you said, for one time, Theon's right. Theon was part of a family rebellion, you know, where someone actually stood up and was like, no, we're going to have to ride on these niggas. So it makes sense that they see this situation differently.
Very true. Very true. All right, you're making a good point. So after
also,
that,
hindsight 2020, because, like, you know, we know everything that happens next. I don't know if when I first watched, if I was like, yeah Theon's right.
I think I was just, happy to see him right for once. It was like, yeah, okay, all right. We know you about to fuck it up bad, but, you know, you right now.
Right.
And also thinking about being on the offensive and, you know, Theon speaking to, you know, being on the offensive. But also, don't forget, y'all, the family's a little scattered. Mom's out. Dad's out. Right. This is at King's Landing. You know, that's what the hesitancy comes from. Bran is crippled. I need to, you know, this is his first time probably being left in charge. Let's shrink it down to a teenager. Sure. Let's shrink it down. You have to watch your brothers. This might be the first time your parents have left you in the house by yourself. Shit is starting to fuck up already. The oven is burning. You know, the people in the backyard.
Yeah.
The cops have been called twice. You tripped the alarm. You forgot the code, so the cops came to the house. You had to explain.
And you got friends over. You didn't tell nobody.
You got friends over. Your mom's being called at the restaurant. You remember when they used to call? Remember when the Cosbys would call home when they would go out to eat and shit be going down at the house? Shit like that. You know?
I'm not familiar.
You don't remember the Cosby episode? It was very early on, like first season, second season, where they went out to eat dinner for either honoring Cliff at some guild or whatever. And they'd be home by themselves.
How do we get so much Cosby Show in this podcast?
Well, I'm almost finished. And Claire couldn't.
I'm gonna keep going. So chill.
Claire couldn't let go of the urge to call back home. She kept calling. Anyway, the analogy is still way out of proportion. Okay, thanks, man. All right.
No. All right, that went really far, but I'm with you, Castro. He left home alone. He's in charge.
Yes.
His mom
bring
is
it right
actually
back to
still
the front.
supposed to be there, and she done gone out, and she on some nut shit too. So the last thing anyone wants is for him to leave and gather a bunch of bannermen and head to King's Landing. Like, Ned would look at him like he was fucking crazy, honestly.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Sure. Sure.
So, yeah. But anyway, so they're going back and forth over strategy, and Rob is pretty much like, my family, not yours, nigga. And he's like, wait a minute, speaking of family, where's my brother? Because I don't hear him in the background anymore.
Right.
So where's my brother? And fucking Theon is like, I don't know, your family, not mine.
Not mine.
Okay, so don't forget that, because Rob said that to him when Theon started getting spicy with the suggestion.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Rob said, it's not your house. And then so, he, as a typical Theonite, and his bitch-assness, following in the Pycel's footsteps, well, it's your house, not mine. I'm taking my house.
That was warranted.
Home.
That was
I mean,
warranted.
I feel like that was the one time that shit was warranted. Like,
because that was some whole shit.
He definitely got
some whole shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So then he goes looking for
Bran. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Bran is just, trotting through the woods like this is what he does all the time. I'm just on my own track. No biggie. It's all good. And some wildlings pop out. And it's so funny to see this early representation of wildlings. They just look like dirty people. They don't necessarily look like wildlings.
They look like the homeless version of wildlings.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's funny because wildlings live outside. So what does that mean? I'm having an existential crisis here. I'm having an existential crisis here. It's like the Baron.
That's my point.
You have homeless.
I mean, but being homeless and living outside is not, it's like kind of like two different things, right? You can live outside, but not be homeless.
And still have a home. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
But the way
the
wildlings migrate, we later on we see different conclaves of them, but I don't know if their homes are permanent. Just like the Dothraki.
No, they're not. Yeah, they're not permanent, but they make
they have
homes.
They have
they go in caves. Like these look like the miscreants. These are the ones that don't get to travel with the pack. Like that's what they look like to me.
But what we end up finding out is that these motherfuckers are on the run. They are running from White Walkers.
The Enlightened
Three. We definitely don't know that yet.
The Enlightened Three, I would like to call them. They say it out loud. They say we're going as south as they say we go as south as we can, but we're going as south as south goes. There's no White Walkers in Dawn.
There's no walkers there. So, they say it right then and there.
Walkers are starting to make. Yeah, they said that they were saying that amongst themselves when they first got up to Bran, right? And they were
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was funny to see. What's her name? Shay? Is this Shay?
No, Asha.
No.
What's her name?
Yeah,
Asha. Shay's the other chick.
Tyrion love.
Right. Yeah. So this is Asha. So I was like, wow, I forgot she was introduced this early in the show.
Yeah, me too.
Man,
me too.
With them for a minute.
Spare my life, sir. I'm yours. Yeah, I bet.
So they're trying to get Bran off the horse. I don't know if they want to eat the horse. I don't know what's happening. They want to get him off the horse.
They want the horse to ride on. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
These three of them, they might want to eat it.
You never know with these guys. You can't trust these ones. So, hey, listen, man. I'm a Stark. I'm Bran Stark. You got to chill out. You don't know who I am? I'm out here.
Yeah.
I'm a mob even when I'm by myself. You got to chill. Go bad for you.
This is so bad for you. You know what my dad
was amazing. That was amazing because they were like, what are you, a cripple or something? And he was like, I'm a Stark. That's the answer to that question. I was like, yeah, Brand, let him know.
Yeah, I'm a Stark. Your mama.
Yeah, he did get bristly. He did get a little bristly.
He did.
Your mama cripple, fam. I'm a Stark. Go ahead with all that bullshit. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
Go down, Brad. You are by yourself, though.
You still are alone.
Knife. And homie pulls his knife, his favorite knife, the only knife he's ever had in his life. He was very, dramatic with the knife. It's a little nice. To me, I think, it's a little nice. It's funny.
So then, they're trying to get him off the horse. They end up cutting him in the process. And then Rob pops up. So he kills one of them. Asha backs off, like, okay, this is going a little left. I try to tell these dudes we shouldn't go the violent route. And then the third one takes Bran hostage. So I remember immediately Theon saving the day as this was happening, just as, we'll rewatch. I was like, doesn't Theon come in? Where is he? What's happening with Theon? Theon comes through, bam, green arrow flow, takes him out. What I don't understand is Rob having a problem.
You have no right. You have no right.
Yeah.
You didn't have the right.
What?
I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the fuck any of that meant. You had no right.
Right.
And he said, "What? To save your brother's life? What the hell were you doing? You just saying you put your sword down too, right when he came.
You put your sword down when Bran said, "Don't do it."
Hello.
You didn't even have a plan. It wasn't even like I'm gonna toss the sword or something. Because he did have the knife right to his throat.
Yeah, these are wildlings. That's what they do. Wildlings get it cracking. Like, there's no
it's not like Bran can fight back with his legs at all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like he can kick him and run or roll or whatever. He can't do nothing. So,
no.
Yeah. So, that just struck me again as Rob acting like a little punk again. You don't know what you're supposed to be doing. Theon saves the day. You're an ingrate. Oh, God.
So what was he upset about, though? Was he upset that someone died? Was that like a...
No,
I think he was upset. He was upset that he would take that risk while he had, something could have went wrong, like that type of
thing. Okay.
And he took that shot. Like, why you shoot your shot?
Right.
You could have shot, the shot was close. It could have hit Bran if he, shot a little low. I mean, Bran was close to the ground, but, from Theon's vantage point, Bran is in front of the guy, so... And also, Theon wanted it to be a kill shot, so he couldn't cut his throat. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to kill him right there.
So regardless, Rob got it wrong. Theon did the right thing. Wrap that shit.
Pretty much.
Wrap that up. So then, they bring us back to the Vale and this nightmare of existence that Tyrion is in right now.
So we wake up in the great sky cells of the Vale, and I think we could all kind of stay to the far wall, but I think naturally if you move a little bit when you sleep, you would roll to the edge or whatever, or get closer. And what a sight to wake up to! That's a damn nightmare. You wake up to a 1,000-foot fall or whatever. So Tyrion scurries back to the wall. What's the guy's name? Mord. Is that Mod? Mod. Okay. And he keeps trying to call him Mod and trying to bribe him some sort to try to, get some audience with the queen. Well, she's not the queen, with Lady
Aaron.
Yeah, Lady Aaron. Yeah. That's her name. It's got to be her name. All right, Lady Aaron.
Crazy ass.
Right. That's a better title.
Otherwise known as Lisa's crazy ass.
Trying to get audience with Lisa's crazy ass. It was very peculiar to me. The way she would snarl her face, it was very like she was like a otter or a weasel to me. And
Weasel, but otter's a good call. I didn't think about that.
Get what I'm saying?
I looked at her and I was like, she's a weasel. Yeah.
Comes to like
but
a
otter
nose,
definitely
comes to
makes
like a
sense.
point. Yeah. And keeps hitting them with I forgot what that's called. Cops used to carry them. A black tail. I mean, his is longer. Oh man, it's like call a black spade or whatever. Anyway, keeps hitting Tyrion with the thing. wanting him to shut up, and then leaves him in there. So Tyrion rethinks his strategy, trying to get audience with crazy-ass Lysa. So then we shoot back to King's Landing. My God, I didn't know how much we zigzagged in the early going. Like, we're from one place to the other a lot, and just in terms of, like, things going on simultaneously or the multiple storylines. And it just shows you, this is a show you got to keep up with. I was talking with somebody earlier, and they was like, Game of Thrones is a show you can't look at your phone while you're doing. You can't cook it. You can't cook while you're watching it. You don't want, especially early on with all this detail packed in and stuff that we have to pay attention to, or we think we have to pay attention to. All right, so we go back to King's Landing, and Syrio and Arya are practicing. Arya's not in it. Typical kid. I don't want to rehearse for that. I don't feel like it. But she actually has a reason. Her father's injured. What else does she know? Does she know something about her mother and Tyrion, or what's the other thing she?
Well, she's worried about the people. She's worried about the people that said they would kill him and kill Robert.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was one other thing she mentioned. She was like this and then that. Okay.
And what happened the day before? She knows that her dad got cut and was fighting with Jamie.
Gotcha. Yeah, she said. Yeah. She said my father's injured. Okay. But Syrio encourages this, saying that when you're troubled, a fight could happen. And if you're in this mode, you're not going to be able to defend yourself. So this is a good day to train. So we start training. And what I did notice when I first watched it is she is acquiring skill. Like she's able to parry. She swings a sword from laying on the ground and gets back up. So she's acquiring this skill in a scene upcoming where she even laments like leaving or being interrupted from her training because she is getting better. And I didn't realize how many jewels Syrio gave her in this short amount of time. When I think of Syrio, I remember the introduction, and I think of him fighting for his life with his broken wooden sword. I didn't remember all these little in between scenes, or even when Arya was actually chasing the cat, not just mentioning it to her father, when she was actually doing it that led her to the dungeons. He really gave her. Now I'm starting to think that conspiracy theory we thought that maybe Syrio was still alive because we didn't see him die. I wish that was kind of true. Because that was he was really a very giving character, and I didn't realize that until this rewatch. Then he said, something comes up about the gods that she prays to. Do you pray to the old and new gods? And she says yes, and he says there's only one God, and that God is death. And he picks her chin up and says, "So what do we say to death? Not today." And that's a big tagline later on, just for fandom. I don't think it's said again. Does she say it again later on in the series? Does she bring mention to it? Or like,
I feel like she does. I just can't remember.
I feel like it comes back up.
Yeah.
Maybe she thinks it or something. Maybe she says it to herself, but it does come back up. And then, we zoom over to the Dothraki, Vice Dothraki, and we see Khaleesi.
We zoom over to the Dothraki. They're having their fucking ceremony, and Dany and Drogo are pretty much eye-fucking while she eats a horse heart. And that is pretty much how you wrap up that one. They have this intense stare, and I feel like she's drawing power from him because, they say that, most people don't think she's going to get through eating the whole horse's heart. And, this is fucking raw horse heart. This ain't some, cooked.
There's some clever editing going on. Because she goes through, 2 handfuls of heart. I didn't realize how big the heart was when I watched it. And then next thing you know, she has, one little piece left or whatever. So, obviously, but... Yeah.
But I mean, who wanted to watch all of that? Really, honestly, I'm cool.
Not me.
Not me. We can skip ahead. Yeah. There's no problem with that.
So she's doing that. And then while that's happening, Drogo's staring on. There's a witch or I don't know if she's a witch or what a better term would be for her.
No, they don't fuck with witches. So I guess just whatever they're. Chant woman or spirit woman.
Yeah, right.
Priestesses.
A priestess, we'll call her a priestess.
Yeah.
And So yeah, she's chanting, and also Viserys and Jorah are talking to one another, and Viserys is asking pretty much like what she's saying, and Jorah is breaking it down, which I don't remember all of what she was saying, but I do know that she confirmed that Khaleesi's having a boy, and Viserys is just salty as fuck, and he's like, well, it won't be a real Targaryen, and it won't be a dragon, and it won't be a real Dothraki. So it's like, damn, nigga, like, well, what the fuck is it then? If it ain't neither one of those things that she,
right.
With your hating ass.
It's a nothing.
He is super fucking salty.
Nothing. 21.
Ain't nothing.
21.
Yeah, he's scared. He's fucking scared. He's terrified.
Yep. You see his fear rising, and so when she's done, she looks like she's going to throw up a bit, but she keeps it down, finishes the horse heart, and she basically get up on some, touchdown shit, like, who's going to fuck with me? I'm carrying the stallion who's going to mount the world. Like, I shall name this nigga Rhaego.
Yeah. I'm in a hunt full of brown people. Yeah, I got one of these babies in my belly.
God,
right?
I'm telling Vanessa, give me the phone. I'm taking a selfie.
I'm in a tent full of brown people.
So she is just real G with it. She is, yeah. I mean,
they look so pale. In these earlier scenes, they are the palest of the pale men. And they're around, and all these little relations and these white folks. It's great.
So yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Viserys shows how jealous he is. He's like, they love her. They're chanting for her unborn child's name that she just announced 2 minutes ago. They love her, and it's like, yeah, nigga, they do. Like, fuck. And so when they cut back to her, and Khal Drogo picking her up, and them having this really loving moment together, and they cut back to Jorah and Viserys, and Jorah's like, yeah, so, and Viserys is gone.
Yeah.
But
he's out of there.
Yeah, he's like, you know what?
About the her choice in name though, like, wasn't that dope? Rhaegar, and then
right,
Rhaego.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that was dope. I was like, oh, I see what you did there.
I did not see what she did there. So thank you.
Wait. What did she name her son? She named her son after her
Rhaego.
Rhaego.
Oh, Drago and
Rhaegar.
Rhaegar. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, damn, y'all. I wish we'd met Rhaegar, because they hold him in such high regard. You don't notice they talk about him all the time. How Robert defeated him, or taking this, or the tournament of flowers, or doing all of those things. He seemed like
all
such
types of shit.
You hear Barristan talk about him singing in the streets and shit like that. Like, that's a character I wish they would have put on screen, because he seemed like.
Well, we might get him. In one of the spin-offs. Now, remember,
Right, they did mention
spin-offs exist in this world.
Yeah, but somebody directly said that neither one of them is the Battle of the Trident, the Rebellion. They're not doing Robert's Rebellion, which would be a perfect vehicle for him, but they're not. But that's what they said. That was a long time ago. I don't know if that's true or not.
Right.
So yeah, Viserys was butthurt, and he disappeared. And Jorah has a pretty good idea of where he's gone. So that's the next scene, pretty much.
So Jorah jumps right on those detective instincts and
raises them eyebrows.
Right. Oh, motherfuck. He's out of here. So Viserys is, we see Viserys trying to steal the dragon eggs. He's like a madman throwing things in a satchel real fast, and he's like, I've got it. His hair's all messy, and he's like, I got to get out of here. This shit's just killing me. And I just feel like he's such a mess. He's so wiry, like. Anyway, he turns around. Good old Jorah, there to save the day. Jorah is such a complex character. Like, I remember not really liking Jorah for a long time.
Yeah.
When I first watched things.
Really?
It wasn't like I disliked him. I just didn't see the value of him, and I thought he was sneaky. I didn't like.
They were painting him.
I just didn't get a good feeling about him.
Right.
Did it what?
They were painting him.
They were painting him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
with the whole double
and they're doing
thing,
totally. So you got the double agent thing popping, plus the fact that he's like extremely loyal to Dany, and only Dany. Like, he sees her as the queen. He just simply does.
Like,
and he has.
Well, my thing is, would we have seen him as much of a spy if he stayed loyal to Viserys? I mean, it's changing the story, but you get what I'm saying? Because it seemed like Viserys was the one that hired him, and he was the one helping them. So if he stayed with Viserys more so than just, he seemed like he was all about Dany as soon as she got married to Drogo.
No,
I
feel like.
Yeah.
No? Y'all don't agree?
No. I don't think anyone's going to be loyal to Viserys. So I don't think that someone like Jorah would be.
Right.
Viserys always makes mention, Jorah, cut him down, like he gives him orders
or whatever, right? Yeah. But I don't think that Jorah's never shown us even once be loyal to Viserys.
Right.
Yeah. I think Viserys presumed that, like, when Jorah came around.
I think that's what I'm getting. Yeah, I think that's what I'm getting.
Yeah. I think that
call to him.
I think that
Jorah. Yeah. Sorry.
But Jorah's also in this situation. No, I'm sorry, I kept butting in. I think in this situation they have to have Jorah because Jorah can translate. They don't know what the fuck is going on.
Right. He's the go-between.
Someone like Viserys,
the cultures and stuff.
Exactly. Viserys doesn't. He's not spending time with any of them either, so it's not like he's picking up anything. Dany's over here actively trying to learn the language, and he's like, Jorah, what did the darkies say?
Right.
He's not even trying.
What did the darkies say?
Yeah, like, I think that Viserys was never, from the jump, what I got from him was he couldn't have ever been a leader. Like, he wasn't, it just wasn't ever going to happen for him. So I don't think that paid hand or not is going to actually, in that situation, be loyal to Viserys.
Yeah, Jorah just tolerated him, like, straight up. He just tolerated him.
That's it.
True. I got you.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. So Jorah stops him. Viserys goes on this whole, you don't understand. There's a lot of pressure on me right now, man. I'm supposed to be the king. And this is a beast of burden. How am I going to get across the fucking sea with these people and the horses and the stuff? And I don't have an army. I'm going to take these eggs and I'm going to buy a ship or something because I have to become the king.
But,
and Jorah was like, it's not.
Yeah, but don't gloss over what he was truly upset about was the adulation that Dany got in that moment when she finished the heart, and he realized he's never got that. And he's
never had that. Yeah.
He's saying that he's never got it from like the Dothraki, but I think we know he's saying that
for
his life. That he's never gotten that, and he's always talked it up, and I'm going to be this, and they're going to speak of me, they're whispering in the streets for me to come back and bring you with me, but he's never actually experienced that. He just talked about it.
Anything like
it. I think that when he stormed out, when he left to steal the eggs, that was a lot of, oh my God, like my sister has it, and I've wanted this all my life, and I'm never going to get it.
Right, because at the end of that, he says before he storms off or leaves or disappears from the celebration thing, he says she's a queen, right?
Yeah, Jorah says she's truly
Jorah
a queen.
Says it. Right, and when he turns, that's when he's gone.
Right. Jorah says it, and he gives there's a look, and then it's shit, he's gone. Then we just see Jorah. So he knows this is actually happening for her. Not only is it not happening for him, he set this whole marriage in motion, thinking it would be the vehicle for his end result, not for her to become a different kind of royalty. Like, there's so many angles that he's pushed at, you know? Like,
and she's supplanting him. She's sticking up for herself. You know what I mean? This has probably never happened since they've been exiled. He just can't deal. He really can't deal. It's probably never happened.
Yeah, he doesn't understand how she's becoming something.
Right.
Probably without him, because you know he definitely thinks he's the star there. So without him, how could you be the queen?
He also takes a moment to hypothetically whore her out to Jorah. Like, I see the way you look at her, and you know that's fine with me. And if you want to have her with a side of this and that, like, he just goes on this tangent. He's like, that's fine. I'll give it to you, and I'll give it to a whole slew of people, but I just want to be, I want my dynasty, pretty much.
My dynasty.
Yeah, that's why he says it. I'm glad you brought it up, having dynasty.
Yeah, he definitely
the last
did.
one of the dynasty. He says it a couple of times. Get the hell out of here from this pronunciation.
Yeah, so Jorah definitely gets him to drop the eggs. He's such a fucking slime ball. Yeah, Jorah gets him to he drops the eggs and he just storms off. He's so mad. I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
I don't even
and
need
he's
eggs.
Oh yeah, he doesn't even hand them the bag.
I want them eggs anyway.
On the ground. I want them eggs anyway.
I want these eggs anyway.
And this is what you were referring to earlier, Castro, when you were like, those eggs you could buy a ship with it. He says you can buy. I could buy an army with the second egg. It's like, well, the fuck, will you have all three? And he's like, well, yeah, you know, sure do.
Yeah, things might come up.
You're right.
Notice that Jorah doesn't have a sword or anything, and he's able to stare Viserys down. Who does? Want him at that time.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Was it in this moment that Viserys drew his sword, and he was like, "You can't have that in the city," and he was like, "Oh, okay, my bad."
No, that's later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you sure though?
But no. It was in that moment he told him. He said you can't have it.
Yeah, he told him you can't have it here.
That was the first thing.
Oh, he was saying that's their rule.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No. That's later. That one's later. But him finding out that it's a rule, he was like, you know, you're not supposed to have a sword in the whatever city, sacred city.
Yeah.
And
buy stuff right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And the only reason I'm thinking of this is you're right. Jorah didn't have a sword, and Jorah stood there with his hands behind his back while dumbass Viserys has drawn a sword, holding the bag of dragon eggs. Like he's just gonna cut his hair. I don't know. But
he pulled a Debo. Jorah definitely Debo'd him, yo. He definitely Debo'd him.
Like, he definitely did.
I don't even know why we're talking about them eggs. They should be back where they belong. I'm not
You know what?
You're going to look into your soul. Yeah, right. I'm going to look into your soul for a couple of seconds. You're going to drop those eggs. But he does just drop them. He doesn't hand them to him. I want to make that clear. He just drops them. Whatever. I didn't want to give stupid eggs. Here,
on the ground.
And his little burlap bag.
So we cut back to the Sky Cell, and Tyrion is coming with a new scheme to bribe Maud. Here's my thing, though. Every time Maud runs at him, Tyrion keeps running to the same corner.
Me
and
too. I thought that same thing.
Yeah. Right. We know it's for the dramatic effect and to let us know how perilous all this is. Maybe because I'm not good with heights, period. Anywhere in that cell is a bad place to be. So why not run to
the back corner? Why not run to the other little corner? He's going to hit you anyway.
Yeah, run to the other little corner. It's still away from the door. Why are you running? Tyrion, what the hell is wrong with you, man? Anyway, I'm pretty sure we can negotiate from somewhere else. I'm going to be on the floor, almost on with the goddamn So it's like, hey, so
heard of the Lannisters, huh? You heard of them guys? They always pay their debts. I got this money. Listen, I just need you to get me in front of Crazy Lysa. That's all I need. That's all I need. And watching Maud go through this, like, they don't really pay me at all. Right? Like, I feel like you just pay him with meals and housing. Like, I don't really get paid. The little half man's talking about some gold. I didn't think he was going to take the bribe the first time I watched it. It was like he's just going to smack him up again. Because this guy looks like he has, wits about him to actually understand getting paid gold.
Mm-hmm.
But, no. He takes it. He takes the money, and then they cut immediately to Tyrion being in front of Crazy Lysa and deranged son. And Cat up there looking like, yeah. I knew I'd get him to confess. Cat, bullshit.
And so for him, confession is like fucking. Well, first of all, Lady Erin is like, I knew it. The sky cell, it always breaks people. I knew that was going to work.
Right. Yeah, she was so sure like, about her sky cell.
Right. And he's like, yeah, so when I was 7, I did this, and when I was 10, and in general, I've lied and cheated and gambled and whored, and when I was 12, I milked my eel in a pot of turtle stew. Yo.
Yeah. Man.
He said, I made my one-eyed uncle cry. He said, I made
the bald man cry. I made the bald man cry.
He's like, I hope my sister ate the stew. I think she did. Well, at least I hope she did, but.
I really don't know who ate the stew, but I'm hoping she was one of those people. Oh,
and so, like, before it gets too out of control, they're like, yo, wait a minute, okay? These are not.
This isn't a real confession.
Yeah, we're like, these are fucking sins, not crimes. We are fucking talking about specific crimes.
And you know what we talking about. Don't be here bringing this other
right.
shit up.
So yeah, Cat runs off his charges, and what's her name? Robin is like, I'm just gonna put you back in a cell, but we'll do a steeper one this time. Put you up on give you a smaller cell and a steeper floor. And he's like, the fuck is this? Like, you just throw me in a cell so I could starve? Like, this isn't justice. Like, I demand a trial. And they're looking, and they, like, look at each other like, oh, this nigga know his rights a little bit, Like, oh, okay.
He asked for a lawyer. He lawyered up on him.
He lawyered up on it real fast, So, they're like, all right, fine, you can have a trial, it's cool, whatever. And he's like, bet. And so he's like, well, she's like, if you're going to have a trial, we got to do this and do that. And he's like, no. I want a fucking trial by combat. And they're like, oh, again, this nigga knows his rights.
Doesn't she say, like, but doesn't she say, we'll let Lord Aaron hear what you have to say, and he makes it
right.
He's
that
already said 4 times to fly to half.
He
He's
said,
already made up his mind.
Right.
What's that about?
So not only that, she says, we'll have him hear you, but then she's like, and if you lose, you die. Like, so there we go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and he's like, solid plan. I'm going to go with plan B, trial by champion. I'm not doing the shit you're talking about.
Yeah. So, yeah, again, she looks a little shook that he even knew that was an option. And she starts, like, saying, like, who's going to fight for me, y'all? We in my house, so.
Who's going to fight for me, y'all? Come with it.
And so she picks out her dude who actually wasn't volunteering, and so he's yeah, I'm not volunteering only because, like, I fuck with you, but, the bull, he's small. Like, I can't do that. That's fucked up. And Tyrion's like, I'm glad you brought that up because I agree. I am small, and I should also be able to choose someone to stand for me. And she's like, fuck, this nigga know his rights, you know? Like, she is upset.
Yeah. Keeps coming back. God damn it, we haven't tripped him up one time yet.
And so this is the moment where Tyrion's like, anyone? Anyone?
So Tyrion wants to trial by combat, and he obviously names Jaime with the two things in mind. Jaime will whoop whoever's ass it is, but also it will take Jaime a second to get up there. He's like, send the Raven. He's about to kick back on a little lounge chair. Send the Raven. I'll wait. And then what's her name? Lex is like, no, this has to happen today. She got her champion. You need to find one yourself in this court. Quick side note, I wanted to ask y'all: were anybody taken aback with how much Kat just let Lysa run this whole thing? I mean, she did bring him there, but like
it didn't take me aback because I think she wasn't ready for any of it. Like Kat didn't have a plan once she got there. It was so no, I don't. Plus the fact that she's finding out that her sister's a lunatic. Like, she's not prepared for any of this.
Yeah, I think
her
that was
sister is breastfeeding an adult in front of everyone.
37.
I think,
she's 37, easy. And she's like, wait, whoa, what?
I think she had a loose plan of the way she wanted things to go once she got there, which was her reasoning for going there. But Tyrion, out of anyone, knew better what they were getting into.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, Kat had no. She's like, she really didn't have a choice. She ain't had no choice. This is completely out of my control. There we go, because my sister.
Yeah, what was she supposed to do?
No, I know. I know she had to bring him to court. For thinking back, just with hindsight, I'm noticing that this was Kat's show, and she didn't even speak in this moment. She was giving those looks
because it wasn't her show anymore. Yeah,
yeah.
It stopped being her show.
It wasn't her show.
Stopped being her show.
As soon as they got there,
she saw how crazy her sister was. She was like, I need to chill because it seems like anybody could end up going through the window the way young Robin.
Yeah,
he wants to see anybody fly. It don't matter. Anybody.
He just wants someone to fly.
Which means that he's seen a lot of people fly. For him to have that chance,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And for him to govern, which is still crazy to me that he was going to hear the story and then say, I'm like, he already made up his mind. What do you mean he's going to?
Well, he already told me I'm dead.
What case is he going to hear, yo? Like,
and the look in her face when she said it was like, oh, I got you. I got something good. Yeah.
Right. Because she knows.
No, crazy. At that point, that's proof that Kat she had no control. Because at that moment, she should have been like, wait a minute, look here, man. Let's slow it all down. Please, seriously. We could have killed him on the way here. I could have killed him. And you're gonna let your son just say, okay, we can throw him out a window? Chill out, bro. Yeah, she's out of control.
So Tyrion is going around the room just asking for some volunteer. And there's a light chuckle in the room because everybody knows nobody's really volunteering for, this of the veil. And then Bron steps up, and it gives him a classic Kanye shrug. I don't know. I'm just kind of standing over here. I ain't really doing nothing, you know what I'm saying? I got time in my
I think that blows up my too.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. I was waiting to see if, like, Tyrion clicked a couple of coins out when he gets his coin purse.
He definitely did.
Yeah, he seemed like he just got it and tossed it right back. So Bron says he'll fight for him, which is just a great night. It was a great moment between my two favorite companions, Bron and Tyrion. Then we shoot to King's Landing. See, we're all over the place. And we're at the hunt.
Oh my God!
So we're at the hunting party in the woods.
Great.
Can I just? I'm sorry. Is this like not the most elegant fucking hunting you've ever seen in your entire life?
Yeah.
These niggas is draped in the finest of things. In the middle of the woods.
In the middle of the woods. Like, yeah, because what is Barristan Selmy's wearing? Full armor.
Full guard. He's in his full regalia.
It's almost like they're heading to a pen with a bunch of animals running around in it that they're going to just hunt. Like, it's like, are you actually hunting? Or are you going to the hunting? You're going to the hunting
You're going to the hunting store.
Right.
Considering what the conclusion of this is, when I first watched it, I thought it's what you said. And like, they're just kind of going to where the rabbits run back and forth against the field or something. Like, well, you have the decided advantage in the hunt when you're hunting deer and things, you're not life-threatening. So that's why they probably dress that way.
Yeah. So they're out there and trading war stories in terms of horror stories, and Renly, he's feeling like a fish out of water, and he's upset. And I was almost waiting for Rob to be like, he's upset.
Right.
He doesn't want to be here. This dude just gave him like superior head and got him all thinking like maybe I'd be a better king. Maybe I'd be a better king because all you want to do is just be whoring and just drinking and all this dumb shit. I'm way better than you. Like, come on, look at you. You're just fat and you can't fit in the armor and you're a pain in the ass. And then again, this head was really dope, so I'm definitely better than you. So I'm looking at Robert's
Great callback.
Like, I'm confused like Rob is. Like, whoa, where's all this coming from right now, bro? Like, jeez. And he's like, hey, listen, you're my little brother, but I'm the king. Watch him out, fam. Chill out. Renly storms off. It was like, oh, man. Jeez.
He means it.
And then Lancel, very quick on his feet. Very quick. Wine? You want some wine? Let me give you some wine. Let's get this wine to you because I know that's your thing. And that'll help cool you off. You won't be pissed at me. You won't start making fun of my mom anymore. None of that shit. Let's get him straight. Then there was also that reference of making the 8. That was hilarious.
Oh, yes. Which I think the episode should be called.
Definitely the episode is called Making the 8.
So what was it again?
Most definitely.
A woman from all 7 kingdoms. What was the 8?
The Riverlands.
And the Riverlands.
And the Riverlands. And look, Robert goes, you ever make the 8, Barristan? Like, all of us old guys have done this. And Barristan,
right.
No, I can't say I have, sir. I cannot indulge you. With your request. I cannot indulge your request about confirming this making the 8, which I feel like you were making the up right there. There's no such thing. He made that shit up right there. His belly and shit. Oh, fuck.
Oh, my God.
Castro's back, ladies and gentlemen. Castro.
Because that's usually the Castro's speaking from a very, very experienced position. Because that's usually what we're doing, right? In those locker room situations.
All the time.
80% of the room is making the up. They're all
making it up. Some women.
Wait,
here's the key thing. Here's the key thing. Oh, she don't go to this school. So there's no competition.
There is that.
Right. It's not even in this county, actually.
She lives over there. I go see her when I go see my uncle. What? Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
my cousins and them.
Perfect alibi because it don't exist. I could make it.
Don't exist.
We were Empire State Building, wherever. Yes.
All of it works.
So, since we've been watching this whole hunting and we knows what comes out of this hunting trip, I've been trying to pay more attention to see if anybody set this up. When he smacked Cersei earlier in the episode, I'm like, she killed him when he went hunting. When a homeboy hands him the wine, I'm like, oh, he got drunk and died. So I've been trying to look for extra shit.
No, I think it's just as simple as Cersei told Lancel, keep feeding him this wine. Because, like we said, we think it's casual. They're all in this regard. Can Barristan really leap in front of a boar to save the king, wearing all that
right.
armor, you know what I'm saying? So she knew that this situation was ripe for disaster. She keeps plying him with that. And think about it, he goes to drink when he meets Ned later. He's taking a sip all day. And, you know, all day. That wears on you. You're not sharp. We know what's going to happen.
Right.
You just say it. It's not like the elephant in the room.
So we do think that this wasn't like a genuine drunken accident. It's
not even.
No, not at all. I think it was circumstance that led to the conclusion, but there's definitely keep adding wine to the situation didn't make it any better. He charged ahead in this scene. He runs off, you know, ahead, I guess, in front of everybody. But I'm saying,
yeah, that's true. Cool. Yeah, so I just been trying to pay more attention to see like what there's something else to pick up on for that.
So then after that, we cut back to the throne room, and the Hand of the King is sitting on the throne, dealing with some subjects.
Ned is the king. We got
for a day.
For a day. King for a day. King for an hour. So Ned's the sitting king, and he has a Riverland village person. I don't know. Does that person have a name? I didn't catch it.
I like village person.
Village bull.
So that guy shows up, and he's like, my hand. I need your help. These people came, they pillaged the Riverlands, they left this bullshit bag of fish. I just thought it was so funny. I'm sorry. I thought it was so funny that he brought it with him.
Meant,
like, how far away is the Riverlands?
I thought that meant Greyjoys at first when I saw the fish, like something they would do, some pirating or something like that. That's what I thought. But so I was thinking of it.
But they was I was thinking of it the other way that it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
No, but you're more right because it was like a landlocked people that did it, you know, walking around, not necessarily. I thought it was like some boat shit, hence the fish, but it wasn't.
Mm-hmm. But also,
I just thought it was funny that they. Go ahead.
Oh, also remember when he first addressed him, I think he called him sire, and Pycelle was like, "He's not the king. Hey, man, don't call him sire."
Oh yes, that definitely happened. Yes.
Your hand.
Chill, bro.
That's the hand.
Slow
so
your
extra.
roll. Yeah.
So, yeah, I just thought it was funny that he actually brought the bag of fish. Like, I felt like he could have, like, that. Where are you coming from that was convenient to bring with you? But anyway, so he starts to, Ned asks a couple questions, and the guy answers, and it sounds like it's the Mountain coming in there, fucking shit up, killing people in the village, all the shit. And Ned goes from 0 to 100 real quick. He's like, I know exactly who that is, and I also know his address. We're just going to go ahead and get the SWAT team on it. Don't even worry. He's out of here. We've now denounced him, and we're going to strip him of all titles. And you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to say that he's sentenced to death. So when we catch him, he dies.
Right.
So,
then also,
so quick to that.
But on his way to that, remember, you had bitch-ass Baelish. Do you know why? Oh, who could that be? Do you know why? They will be mad at the Tullys? Oh,
would somebody have a reason to be upset with your wife?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about with him, like, slithering around. He's, like, snapping his neck and whispering, do you know what that means? like nobody else. Yeah, I was taken aback, like, nobody else in the room. Everybody sees you doing that. Like, everybody sees you leaning in and whispering. Like, I don't know. He's a fly.
Because the guy was like, we saw him take the head off a horse with one swing of the sword. He's like, oh, we know someone like that. Okay.
Exactly. He did. Oh, we know that person. Mm.
Yeah, I was there too. Shut up. Jesus.
He's so gross. Well, so in all of those moments, Ned goes all the way from 0 to 60, and he's like, bitch-ass Pycelle is like, oh, no, sir, this is not the way that we handle these things.
Because he was stripping him as his titles and all that stuff. He was like, I take all the titles, and everybody's looking around in the room. Yeah.
Yes. And Pycelle's like, whoa, we have got to bring this down about 1,700 matches. This is too much. We have to wait for Robert. You are going rogue. We can't do it. And Ned's like, nope, you go ahead and send a fucking raven to Tywin's ass, tell him to come through and testify, or he'll be considered a traitor to the realm. Guys, I feel like Ned forgot where he is right now.
Completely.
Ned,
also,
your family's still there.
Also, why have you forgotten that your wife has a Lannister hostage? This is still happening.
Right now.
Where is the paper? Where is the piece of paper? Where's the raven that he doesn't have his notes? He's sitting on the Iron Throne. He doesn't have cliff notes. He's just going all over the place.
He's Paul Ryan right now looking for his healthcare postcard. Like, I just can't fucking find it. Does anybody else have one?
You guys got a postcard? Anybody else got one? I just feel so lost without my postcard.
It must be written down.
So then Littlefinger's like, hey, listen. Everyone of them got that bread, though. They got that bread, fam. They pretty much run shit. And he was like, what do you say? Armies are built with gold or some shit like that. I can't remember exactly what he said.
Oh, wait, armies. No, wars are won by gold, not silver.
Wars are won with gold. And
he
was like, then why is Robert the king? I was like, oh?
And not Tywin.
Right.
Spicy.
Littlefinger was like, ooh, I wasn't expecting a comeback.
He was like, ooh.
Ooh. Well, my next
here it is again. I'm starting to feel, it's so bad. I'm starting to feel it now. As much as we enjoyed all of Ned's wittiness and his quick comebacks and his, you fucking up. Like, we know where you're heading now. As we watched the show the first time, we had no idea how diabolical George R. R. Martin was, that he would kill off a character that we fall in love with, a major character that early. But now that we know Ned's going to die, it's like, damn, bro, there's some things you could have just not been that slick. You could have just chilled out a little bit.
And we didn't even get
very impulsive,
in the dungeons and all that stuff. Yeah.
Emotional.
Good point, Afro.
Rational. All these things, even though I like to drape Ned in, honor and, but he also had all these other things about him that were just like, you should just chill. First of all, you only had this job for 3 weeks now,
Right. He's still in the probationary period.
Right. You got to chill out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You ain't even got full benefits, man. Chill out.
You're not off your probationary period. You can't access the discount yet.
You don't got no days off. You ain't got no time.
No days off.
Right. But then doesn't this also show us how much of a perfect match him and Kat are?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
True. That's very true.
Even though for an arranged marriage after she was promised to your brother at first.
Yeah.
And they end up being the soulmate. Yeah. How about that?
I don't know. Don't you need some balance? I think perfect is probably the wrong word. I mean, they work, but that's two dumb
I just mean
people together.
Coming. I just meant just having the similar instincts, whether I was growing over time.
No.
Together. I'm
agreeing with you. I'm just trying to be funny. I just think that two people that are that naive about really big shit shouldn't probably be together.
No.
We're perfect for each other because we'll fight at the drop of a dime. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's you're great, but not
healthy. Y'all gonna go to jail. Yeah, this is the healthy.
Great. Guess what, guys?
We need more balance.
Yeah. Good job being bad parents. You have kids.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't they some shitty parents right now?
Right now, absolutely.
They're shitty parents right now. Kids are scouting for the win.
But the cold thing is that they're, Kat's doing it in the name of her kids. Kat thinks she's doing the right thing in the name of her son, And
yeah.
So
well, you mean Bran? Yeah, Bran.
Right.
I'll see which one. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think isn't she out there trying to avenge his death right now, and she just has all the wrong intel?
Well, all of it. But yes, she is avenging his death. She's acting like he's dead.
I mean, not his death, but his attempted murder.
No.
Thank you, Afra.
Yes.
Yeah.
His attempted murder.
No, you're right. She is acting like he's dead.
Yeah.
Because then she turns that same type of intensity to Rob later, like trying to get to Rob, rolling with Rob.
Right.
Yeah.
That went south. Right.
Yeah. But so all I'm saying is, yes, these are shitty moves, but it's not because it's like neglectful. Like she thinks she's doing the right thing for the kids.
Yeah.
And Ned certainly, he didn't really have a choice but to be there, and he definitely thought it was the right thing to bring the girls, So,
right.
But yes, they're neglecting their families. I just have a hard time calling them fully shitty parents.
So in the way of bringing up shitty parenting and family, we're back at the Vale. Yeah.
There it is.
It's
fantastic segue. Fly time?
No.
Make the man fly.
I want to make the man fly.
So here we begin the fight, and already, we could see that Bron doesn't want to chill. He wants to stay kind of light, and you notice that Servatis is his name, Vardis, right? The guy he's fighting.
I don't know his name.
That guy's name is the other champion.
Thank you, Morgan. That is absolutely right.
The other champion ball.
The other champion ball. He's all suited and booted. He got the shield with the Vale insignia on it. He got all of the armor. Has the mask and all that. Suited and booted. And so they begin to fight. And you could tell that they fight differently. Bron's moving. He's on the move. He's doing all types of stuff. He's jumping over things. He's kicking over things. And he's frustrating the people in the crowd. They thought they would fight right by the moon door and somebody would just chop each other up. And, we were learning that Bron knows how to fight. So he's moving around, doing these snake moves, and ooh, ah, the crowd is all into it or whatever. Obviously rooting for Servatis. And then I think what we're watching is Bron trying to wear him down a little bit. And then he makes a nice move.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Do we think that that's what was going on? He's trying to tire him out? Because dude has on all this armor. Bron's kind of like...
Right.
Not
running
armored.
around, leaping, pushing people up. But also to frustrate him because his first move is to cut his leg. Right? He cuts his leg kind of first, right? Or So he cuts his leg, and then that kind of incapacitates him. And then the crowd chants him up. He gets back up, Servatis, and he starts fighting again. And he catches another blow. And now, at this point, they're by the moon door. And Bron goes in for the kill. He swings his sword. He has no strength at this point, so he definitely wore him down. And also the cuts he suffered is bothering me. Swings it. Bron catches his hand, his arm. And I also like for y'all to notice that he was holding him back in a way where he could slide the sword right in between the spaces of the armor. So he hit him right in the neck. And came up, and blood just starts pouring out, and he throws him down the moon door. And this is one of my favorite quotes in the series. And life is clearly upset. Sir, you don't fight with any honor. And Bron looks out the moon door and is like, he did. Turns around and starts walking back. Also notice, I want everybody
to know
Tyrion's excitement, like when Bron gets the upper hand. Yes. He's sticking his tongue under his bottom lip. You notice all that? Y'all see all of that? Yes. It's like either watching a horse race and you know your horse is going to come and win it. But you still got that little moment. I was going to say it's like gambling, but that's a little more instant. But it's like that moment you know your guy's going to win. You're going to get this money. Yes. And when Bron wins, like I said, then this also was pretty dramatic to me. Tyrion holds his arms out with the shackles. He turns to Maud. Maud unlocks him. He walks straight over to Beard Knot. You have something of mine, don't you? He gets the gold coins. He gets tossed. He's walking out confidently. Bron's following him. Tosses the gold to Maud. A Lannister always pays his debts. Walks out. Like this shit is all like, super high drama. Or like Law and Order. Dum dum. Whatever. And they walk out the Vale. Everybody's kind of stunned. Lysa is looking at Cat at the moment, like what do we do? Cat's looking really sullen. You have to honor what y'all did, and he gets to. And then does Robin ask about is anybody else gonna fly, or does he ask? I
think he does. I feel like he does.
Yeah, he says when's the little man gonna fly? And Tyrion's walking out. Not this little man. They say is the little man gonna fly now? He says is the little man gonna fly now? And Tyrion walks up. Not this little man. You better pick somebody else up in here. And it was just a great scene, great quote. He did, and I really liked that fight. Just to see the fighting styles, and Bron's always going to come out on top. So
I didn't expect him to give the whole bag of gold to Maud. That surprised me. I was like, holy crap!
At all, I definitely thought that.
Loaded.
Yeah, I definitely thought that he was going to split that with them, and he just gave him the whole bag.
Now we're going real deal harmony. No. Go back to things.
So, yeah, I'm going to just read straight. Sansa is the real hormone monster.
Straight up, yo. Straight up.
And I'm not a woman, so I want y'all to help me with this scene. I didn't really know what was going on. Was she just being
so have you watched Big Mouth on Netflix? Because I feel like we need to make that an assignment for you.
That's an assignment. You have to do it.
Okay.
You have to watch it.
All right.
Yeah.
I watched a couple of minutes. I just was at work, so I wasn't into diving into something.
Here's
like
the
that
thing. I can bring a reference from Big Mouth into any conversation. We really need you to be up on this. Like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to be a part of these because it's so relevant.
Okay.
So there is an actual hormone monster in the show, and this is what you see happening in Sansa right now. Sansa's like, I hate you, Septa, and I don't even know why. And I was fine with sitting here and being silent together, but now you want to talk about my hair and how it looks southern and how my mom probably won't approve. And, bitch, don't you know my mom's not from the north anyway? Like, Septa's like, I was really just trying to talk and, I don't know, maybe converse a little bit. You know. And Sansa's like, where are you from anyway? And Septa's like, I grew up in a small town right outside of...
It doesn't matter where you're from.
You're mistaking me for someone who actually cares. I actually don't fucking care where you're from, lady. Do you even have any hair under that thing? Yeah.
You're so gross.
She's going in on it. She's going in on it. She's going in.
She is going all the way in. And Septa's like, now you're just being rude, bitch. And so next thing you know, fucking Joffrey walks in. And man. And this is real, like, this hormone monster reference is perfect because you can see the monster going to the extremities of, like, and then being like, oh, my God, hi, Jeoffrey, did you just come to say hi to me? This nigga got game going on for days. He didn't tap into some shit he didn't even know he had. His mom had to tell him about that shit. She's like, go apologize. Like, this is episodes ago, too, right? So now we're just trying to get along and be like, you know, I was wrong, and, you know, and so he gives her the fucking Rockefeller chain. And she...
Yeah, it was a chaining day, immediately.
It was chaining day, yo. This had to have been the happiest day of her life. Like, even still... Yeah. Even now, like, if she removed how much she hated him and still thought about how happy she was at that moment, it's probably still the happiest day of her life.
Real talk.
So,
real talk. He laid it on thick, too. He laid it on thick. You're my lady.
He laid it on heavy, yo. He's like, you're my lady now, and, like, I was fucking up, and, you know, please, will you forgive me? Because he apologizes, then he gives her the chain, and then he asks her to forgive him, which niggas don't really ask you to forgive him anymore. They just be like, I'm sorry, yo, like, that was fucked up. But for real,
like we did, though, right?
He was hitting her.
But then he also makes the clit jump because he kisses her, right? Oh,
yeah. Well, that was at the end. He kisses her, but before that, he goes through like, you know, this is what's about to happen for you, girl. I'm about to change your life. One day we're gonna be married in the throne. I'm gonna put mad babies in you. What else he said? He painted a picture.
Like, it's crazy.
He did.
Oh my God! It was like an NSYNC song. Like it was NSYNC video or something. What's happening?
Yeah.
Right. It's doing dance moves around her, grabbing each arm.
Right.
And
yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the breakdown where he just starts talking to you. Yeah,
right.
No. Like, he put, that shit was crazy.
And then
he
kisses her.
Major game.
Then
Lay down quite flat.
Her right in front of the scepter, like nobody cares. And this is
with the
like
sun. With the sun, did y'all notice the sun peeking through? The window. Yeah, all that.
I don't think I was so shocked that they were kissing. I didn't remember that they actually kissed in this scene.
Me neither. I didn't remember they kissed at all. I remember him being so horrible to her. I didn't even think they had gotten that to that point because both of them are 13, 14 at this point, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The only thing left for them to do was hop into a convertible and pull off, like
like Grease. Like Grease.
Yeah.
Yeah. Float into the sky like Grease.
Okay, you can't make Grease.
Thank you, Castro, for having seen that movie and used it as a reference. That just know that my heart will forever beat for you.
Morgan is proud of her work. Yes, she is.
Anella was not comfortable. She was like, this is some bullshit.
She definitely was.
Like, first I get cussed out by this bitch, and now I got to watch her kiss this little maggot. Like, the fuck?
Right.
My life. No. This is not
Why
my life.
Is this my life?
Oh, man. It ain't going to be her life alone.
God dang it.
Bruh.
Real. Maximum fact.
Bruh.
Yeah. So then we get to Roz, the real MVP. She's also an enlightened one in a slightly different way. But she's enlightened.
So Theon is trotting through the forest.
He's trotting through the forest.
He's trotting. Yes. Yes. He's trotting through the forest. And Roz is on the back of a potato cart or something, hitching a ride. Mm-hmm. And Theon's like, hey, what the fuck, man? Where you going? And she's like, oh, I'm totally, fuck this town. I'm out of here. I don't know if you know this, but Ned was completely attacked by Jaime Lannister. Shit's about to hit every fan. I'm out. There's nothing for me here. I'm not going to be about that. Which I just wanted to, it shocked me that she found out. She knew that so quick.
Yeah.
And that she was heading to King Land with that knowledge.
Yes, and now as I'm saying it, I realize why she knows it. But
yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing, Morgan.
Yeah.
What comments is Baelish?
know?
Yeah, Littlefinger.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I didn't think about that when I was watching the episode. I was like, damn, word really used to travel fast. And, it just seems like it takes forever now. But anyway, so Theon's, like, trying to convince her to stay, which, it's Theon. Nobody's staying for you, number one. Also, you're not trying to make her your wife or something. You just want her to still be a hoe in the hoe house so that you can come fuck her and not pay her sometimes. Like,
yeah, and she specifically says that. She's like, what am I supposed to wait around and be Lady Greyjoy?
What? Yes. Roz is like, get the entire fuck out of here. You don't want none of this.
Right.
So, yeah, she curves him. Right. She curves him from the jump, though, and she, just like we talked about, I think it was the last episode where he kept thinking he had the upper hand, and she just kept snatching that shit right back. Like, that's their relationship. Clearly their full relationship is he thinks he has something, and she's like, so anyway, I'm leaving. Toodles to you, bitches. And he's like, hey, show it to me one more time. And she's like, show you what? And when he reached down, I didn't think he was getting money. I was like, don't whip your dick out. Immediately, I was like, no.
Samesies.
And he totally got like a coin and flipped it at her, which is almost equally as disrespectful. But she takes it and shows him her choach. As she continues on.
I didn't think it was disrespectful. I thought it was her playing coy, like, show you what,
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
You know what it is,
yes,
bro.
Yeah.
You know what it is, bro. Stop that change up. Oh, come on, what are you talking about? I'm out of here.
I see. Yeah. No, I just think tossing money at anyone in that way to get like a sneak peek just is gross. Like, here's a coin. Fuck your coin. Is this a piece of gold?
I don't know, when you're a sex worker and that's your, that's what you do.
All right. You win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, Sansa, that right. Would be really disrespectful to Sansa.
You're right. Oh, God.
Break it up, man.
Yes.
Roz, they knew exactly
Roz
what both each other were talking about.
Yeah.
Right.
Roz was like, make it rain, fam. Make it rain.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about?
Gotcha.
Oh, my God. And then he squealed out the saddest, I'm going to miss you.
And she played
and it was like, are you talking to her or her vagina? First of all.
But the best part is she's just like, I know.
I know, nigga.
Yeah. Played it so hard.
She's like, tell me more of the things that I already know. I know.
Mm-hmm.
And when she said it, right, I'm there with Theon like, that's not what he wanted to hear. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Because you fucking choked me up the other night. What's not going to happen is I'm me missing you. That's what's not going to happen. Okay?
I ain't doing that shit.
So.
Oh,
yeah.
So, then we cut again. Straight to Ned. Telling the girls, it's checkout time.
Oh, yeah. So, Ned is just like, I'm bugging. I'm bugging, y'all. Shit is definitely about to hit the fan. I done fucking called Cersei. Your mom got Cersei's brother over here, locked up with her sister. I fucking had an encounter with Cersei's other brother and lover yesterday and fucking hemmed up my legs. And I just sat on the throne for a couple hours and lost it and called Cersei's dad in. Just,
So that's what I've done today.
That's what the last 24 hours has been like for me. And so at this point, I at least need to make sure that you two are safe. So y'all are going back to King's Landing. And talk about some, teen and preteen squealing going on. No, we have established lives here, okay? We have activities and boyfriends and shit to do.
Hold on,
Sansa's like, do you know the day I had? Finally. You know I've been praying to the new and old gods to be close to Joffrey again.
Yeah, she said out of her mouth, "What about Joffrey?"
That was the first thing she said. That was the first thing she said. What about Joffrey? And then she's just like, "Do you see this necklace?" Like, I didn't want to say nothing, but like gotta see it.
You haven't noticed yet, so I'm just gonna point it out.
Right. I didn't want to say nothing, but you ain't never give me nothing like this. But
right. And so
you gave me straw doll. You gave me a straw doll. He's giving me
a straw doll at lunch the other day,
and he brought me a queen's necklace.
Exactly. And promised me children and marriage in the throne room. So I'm gonna need you, Dad, to get it together.
Your whole life, because this is my life now.
And meanwhile, Arya's like, my dancing lessons are just starting to like really tighten up. Like, I didn't even really want to be there today because I was worried about your ass. But shit still went well, and I need this in my life still. So
yeah, I gotta keep going.
And Sansa's just still going on and on about Joffrey. And the funniest part of this entire scene to me was Ned being like, "Yo, Sansa, like, it's cool. Like, you need somebody that's like brave and gentle and strong, and that'll like take care of you." And Sansa's like, "I don't care about someone that's brave and gentle and strong. I want Joffrey." And both Ned and Arya exchanged this little smirk, like, "Oh, this bitch is
shit."
She don't even like
that. I don't want any of that. None of these great qualities.
I don't care about those things. I care about Joffrey. Like, all right,
he said, "I don't want that. I want him." Oh.
Right. Yeah. I want him, and I want to make babies with beautiful blonde hair. And so that was the moment where Ned, for real, stopped listening to all of that shit and was like, beautiful blonde hair. Now, that's interesting.
Yep. Why would you say that?
Yeah. So it was finally the moment where everything tied in together for him. And that, watching the second time around, or third, whatever it is now, is like, damn, it took you all this time in reading it. Because I thought that when he had been looking at the book earlier, I thought he had already connected it. I forgot that this was the moment where he connected it. Because, I mean, everything else is there. You got the bastards, you got the book, you got, you know.
Right.
So, so anyway, he makes this connection in this moment and then goes back to look at the book.
But right before that, though, in that same scene, it's in the notes. That was like the funniest thing within that scene when Arya was like, "Are you dying because you got stabbed in the leg?" It was like,
right.
Yeah, that threw him off too. He was like, "Dying? What?
What?
I'm standing in front of you."
Yeah, I'm standing right here trying to save your life, literally. Like,
right. Like, what are you asking me right now?
Yeah.
Child
There's moments, too, where I just feel like some parents, usually Caucasian ones, just talk too much to their kids. Like, you just have way too much input. Like, y'all need to just be packing your shit because I said so.
Right.
Right.
It's time to go.
I said it a couple of seconds ago. Like, what are we doing?
It's like, why am I
so he did end up shutting it down. But it was really more so because he tuned them out. I was like, oh, am I stabbed? Am I dying? What? And then, like, wait, what? Beautiful blonde hair? Wait a minute. So, like, all that together.
I got to go read something real quick.
Yeah, I got to go read because I can't even hear the words that y'all are saying because it's not written down. We've addressed that already.
So Ned goes back to this gigantic book. He opens it up. He goes to the Baratheon chapter and he starts reading it. And they describe the each generation or each offspring or whatever. And he starts noticing a theme of black of hair. So we know black of hair. We've seen Robert Baratheon, so it's kind of like dark brown hair, or it's probably maybe black, but it's black of hair. And he notices, I think he goes like 5-6 generations or offspring, and he's like, black of hair. It's got black of hair. Then he gets to Joffrey at the end of that because he's the most youngest Baratheon. I'm just guessing in terms of this line. And they say golden hair, and Ned is like, who has golden hair? You know, and it's like a big light bulb on his head. Ding, 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 ding. That boy's illegitimate.
Illegitimate AF.
You know, yeah, like for real. Like I need to notify somebody. And
I'm gonna write it down.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed that, Castro. It's right before they cut scenes. He starts writing it down. He goes to write it.
It's like how else is someone gonna be able to know? I've gotta write it down.
If you look
now, did he write this on a big canvas? Did he have like
small? Yes. If you grab the season on Blu-ray, you'll see that they actually is additional footage where he grabs a huge parchment and begins to write.
Gigantic parchment, like the movie Hero when they're writing Japanese characters. Anyway,
yeah,
exactly. It's a big canvas board. It's just, that thing was so big, we can't get over that. That thing that Jory was carrying around was such a big piece of paper.
It was enormous.
And we know it only had like 2 lines on it, and we also used to see ravens with. Remember the one Catelyn had? It was like this little microscopic roll, and it
right.
Was how do you read that? You hurt your eyes. All right.
It's like he gave him a copy of the city paper and was like, "Take this, take this, a whole thing to him."
And so we go back to Vice Rack, and the celebration is still ongoing.
Yes. They're getting it cracking. Party is live. The drunken hot girl shows up. Drunken not so hot girl. You know. the pipe of the Lardy shows up. And
it's like, what up, guys? I'm gonna fuck shit up.
Yeah, exactly. Dothraki, yeah, that's right. Horse heart, y'all doing it. What's up? I'm just trying to get some drinks. Trying to get some bottle service. What it do? And Danny's like, look, somebody get to him, please. Consent security. I don't need him wilding out like last week.
The pipe for the Lardy. I just understood that. The pipe for the Lardy.
He didn't hear nothing else. He was just thinking, like, the fuck does that mean?
It's one of my faves.
Oh, shit.
Situation. So, he was a situation.
Yes, he was a situation. So he starts just, you know, he's popping super fly. And Khal Drogo is just looking at him. He's looking at this dude like he's bought every bottle. He's bought all the Louis XIII. He's just looking at this dude like, what's good with your mans though? But he's not saying anything, which makes it really super cool. He's letting his man say, like, yeah, what's up with the ball? And I don't know why they didn't translate that. Should have given us the translation. So, you know, he pulls the fucking sword out and threatens Danny right there in front of Khal Drogo. And again, Khal doesn't move. Not an inch. No one at all is afraid of the dragon. Jorah's not afraid of the dragon. Khal Drogo's not afraid of the dragon. Danny smacked the dragon around. No one is afraid of this dragon. Everybody's ready to put paws on the dragon. Like, no one cares about this. So he was like, "Oh, you want a crown? You want to be king? Sure, yeah, no big deal. Listen, you don't got to cut no babies out. It's all good." And then because Viserys is just such a fucking moron, he's like, "Oh, that's all I ever wanted. That's all. It's no big deal. Hey, that's no big deal. Somebody pull a chair up for me."
That's a temper tantrum, right? That's a temper tantrum.
Yeah, end of a temper tantrum. Yeah, end of a tantrum, just like that. Fucking moron. And then the best thing happens. Again, something I didn't realize happened so early. And I'm glad it did, because we didn't need any more of this asshole. They grip him up, break one of his arms immediately, bam, and then
he was like, no.
You want a crown? Golden crown? I got you. Say no more, fam. Say no more. And they melt the gold. I have an issue with this. I know we don't want to bring in logic, and remember it's fantasy realm. The gold melted like it was chocolate. It melted in like 5 seconds. What are we doing here?
I just want to say
it was a very hot fire.
Hot fire, and that's a kettle. That's a kettle. That thing heats up like pretty.
Okay, it was a kettle. Okay, I'll give you the kettle. Yeah. Cast iron kettle. All right. But I'm like, this is just regular fire that you cook food on. What's happening? It's not a furnace.
Yeah, but you're not wrong.
So, melts the gold and pours that shit over his head.
I want to point out, before he did that, Jorah told Khaleesi to look away.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
Yeah. She was like,
and Khaleesi said, nah, B, I got this.
Mhm.
Yeah. She was like, nah, I'm cool. I'm all on this. And wham. Kills him with that shit. Melts all over his fucking face. Bam. Falls straight to the ground. Bam. No more. We're good. No more of the dragon. No more of the dragon.
What dragon?
So, give me a reaction, Ambush. Oh, yes, but first.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I know how we've talked about it. That particular scene as a death is what?
Glorious?
What? No, like that's one of the best death scenes we've ever seen. Like that shit was clever. As much as it wasn't, we need to be scientific about it. But like he got exactly what he's been asking for. Like,
but also,
you want a golden crown? You got it. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
And there's a rule that can't spill blood in this city.
Exactly.
I think Jorah says that, and so this fulfills that too, because he just,
Which we should make mention that when Viserys pulled the sword and pulled it on Dany, he was like, "Oh, they can't spill blood. They can't kill me, but I can."
Yep. Dumbass.
Which made me say, okay, but he could also, like Drogo, could also stand up and break your neck. He hasn't spilled any blood. Do you really think that's the only way you died?
Right. I think
you're so dumb.
They know their own loophole. Let's just be
right. And that speaks to his arrogance of like, I'm the only one who figured it out. Like, they can't do it, but I can. Like, no, dummy. These are their rules. You think they don't know how to break? Have a loophole? People can die. They just won't spill blood.
Right. Idiot.
Yeah. So arrogant. So he falls over and dies right on the spot. And Jorah has already told Khaleesi to look away, and she's just staring at him. She says, he was never a dragon. Fire can't kill a dragon.
Man.
Bong.
I don't remember it being this early, but I do remember having multiple episodes where she gets these surges of empowerment, and it's just like, watching her build herself after being torn down by her brother, or, all the reasons that she has to not have confidence, and she gains it episode by episode. It's really interesting to rewatch.
So that was interesting to me. I guess when we flash back a little bit and she doesn't look away, like Jorah's like, you should look away. And I feel like that's the reason. Like she wanted to see, I felt like it was like scientific research. You know, it wasn't like
watching her brother die.
Or I want to see my brother die. It was like, no, I need to know how this nigga's going to handle this heat because I know what I can handle. And
right.
You know.
Right. Yeah. So what was the name of this episode, y'all?
The Golden Crown.
The Golden Crown.
There it is. There it is. And also, I guess, paralleling Robert's Golden Crown. You know, it's wearing heavy on his head.
Mm-hmm.
So the season's picking up steam. Does anybody remember during their first watch, like, where were they at? Like, not physically, but, like, where were they at with the show? How were they feeling about the show at this point? Because this is the first death in a couple of episodes. So just, were we feeling like the show's picking up steam? I'm really excited, or was this a low for anybody? Or what?
Especially because it was a death we wanted. It was some gratification, man. It was
awesome.
Okay. It was awesome. We wanted him.
I don't think I thought he would die this early in the series. But I agree with Am. It was a gratification. And, I mean, for me, I always remember, you know, watching the first episode of Game of Thrones and being like, this is boring, like I can't keep up, this is blah, blah, blah. And then Bran gets pushed out a window at the end, and I'm like, yo, I'm in. This is crazy.
I have to rewatch that whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. This is so much better than I thought it was.
Yeah. So I felt like after that moment, I was in. And so I feel like, you know, the pace was cool for me. The big thing, like I said earlier, the big thing happening for me right now during this rewatch is, like, really knocking down all of this, like, pretty picture I built up around Ned Stark and, you know, perfection kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been so removed, so many years removed, we just remember him as a super honorable guy, but he's fucking up. You know, he's fucking up.
Yeah.
All right, crazy listeners. Thank y'all for joining us on another ride. I would have to say that this is one of our most sleek episodes. It comes in at the shortest time, but we covered a lot. But also, there was probably, like, less strokes in the whole episode. You know, our episodes kind of lean long when there's a lot of things going on. And even though there is a lot going on, like we didn't see John this episode, I wanted to note, you don't kind of notice, but we didn't go to the wall, and so that's a big swap. But you know, tune in next week. We got a couple of episodes up on the SoundCloud now, episode 4 and 5. So we want everybody to be caught all the way up. We got some promo items coming, and so just stick with us as we continue down the King's Road. I'll wait to get
Yeah, we are going.
That's where we're going.
The
King's Road.
You sign off like Ed Bradley of 60 Minutes, like just
Yeah, exactly. That was great. Thank you, Castro.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh my God.
All right.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
All right, y'all.